Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Chicago Bears. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Check, 59. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
On first down, it's Taylor. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Finds the open man, it's Mike Williams. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. On play action, now Carr. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This is taken at the 15. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bears take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Check safety, check safety.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
You ready? Check, 59. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Fine.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Open man is QT, complete. 14 yards in a Chicago first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target. Deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Keke QT, his fourth touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 22 yards there, a first down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Watch twist. Watch.
Carr now to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first down.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Now a pass, and it's complete to QT. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Back to throw now on first down. Got an open man. It's QT. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Through an opening, and there he goes. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training,
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Trying to lay one up deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down. These two teams all tied after one.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
From midfield, here's Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Carr. He gets it to Cooks. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
59. Too little, Cupcake. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59. Come off the ball.
Ready? 2nd and 10. This will be caught inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Steps away to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Keke Coutee with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. Boswell for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Bears 14.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 29, Carr. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the 1st down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Push him back. Push him back. Bang, 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 bang.
To throw his Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Carr. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Brandon Cooks, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth 1st half.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Now after the INT, it's Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Luke Kuechly able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Luke Kuechly able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Carr, he's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Carr. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Mike, what now? Check. Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Stephon Gilmore able to break that one up. 6 plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. Shotgun now for Carr. Going back to Moore. This time he's got him complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And Butker able to put this one through. And they take a 17-14 lead. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Here's 2nd and 8. Throw left side complete to QT. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Check, 59. Hey, Wahoo! Man up, D. Come. Check 59.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. So we are at halftime here on Halloween as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 2nd and 9 now. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep. He's got a man. Complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Get it.
On play action, they'll throw. Forced out to his left. Airing one out for Crowder. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
8 yards here, so that gets him back within striking distance. And now it's 3rd down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That's taken on the 25. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hard. Jam.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw.
Blue down.
He's going to launch this thing way down and got his man complete. That goes for a gain of 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Raheem Mostert with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
From the 30 on second down, Carr. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
First down, Steelers.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46.
That's quick. 59's Mike. 59's Mike.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. On second down now, it's Taylor.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Give him 30 yards there.
Hey, we're good, we're good. 185.
Operating from the gun. Carr toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
On second down, it's Taylor, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Here's Mostert. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Buying time to his left. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare first down.
59. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
This is Mostert. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards and a Chicago first down.
That's another Bears first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National. Football League on EA Sports. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 46.
61, matchbox lights. Ready.
Now back to throw. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there on a first down for Chicago. So first and 10 now from the 30. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A gain of 6 there on first.
18.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be second and 11.
At the 14-yard line.
Here we go. 90 Wolf. Oh, yeah.
Second and 11. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play. Obviously, instead he hit a safety valve.
It looked like two well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, hey, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers...
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Jamison Crowder, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. It led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
To try again after the sack. Carr, and he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Carr now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 23 yards the pickup there. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And now it's second down.
Down. 50, Mike's 50. 180. 180, we're good, we're good. 185. I got you. I got 618.
From midfield, here's Carr. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Carr now on first down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Khalil Mack. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Carr going to throw. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
It's a gain of 16 yards, but it brings up third down.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
Hey, go. 50, Mike's 50. I'm trying to collect. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. 93. Come on, baby.
From the gun, Carr looking for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I remember a coach told me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Back now on EA Sports. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 2nd and 6. Got an open man, it's QT. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Back to throw here. Steps away to his left. He finds his target, it's Crowder. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line.
Ready? Turn to soft. Don't get nervous.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Big grip.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Look at me. Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Chicago, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's yet another loss as they've started out now 0-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.